This is the cheapest and maybe the smallest Bitcoin miner in the world. And you probably could barely see it because actually it's just a glorified USB drive. However, if we go ahead and combine it with several others, you know what we get? One badass home Bitcoin miner. What's going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're taking a look at the Nerd Miner 2, one of the smallest and cheapest solo Bitcoin miners on the market today, coming in at $25. And then if you want to spend a little bit more, coming in at $200, you could take a total of 7 of those, combine them together into one massive solo Bitcoin miner. But before we go too far in today's video, we're giving away one of these, so stay tuned. So before we go too far, let's talk about this $25 Bitcoin miner, because I imagine everything you've heard is that Bitcoin miners are massively expensive and that they use a massive amount of watts. And you're not wrong. You most likely have seen something like this. That is a full-size Bitcoin ASIC miner that pool mines Bitcoin utilizing a massive amount of power and has a ton of horsepower behind it. What is this? This is a solo Bitcoin miner, and you might be like, all right, I get it, but what makes it so different? So one of these solo Bitcoin miners gives you a chance to play the lottery every single day, but to hit a solo Bitcoin block. And if you hit it, how much is it worth? 3.125, which is a lot of Bitcoin even today in 2025. I'll take some. However, when you're looking at the grand scheme of things, what makes this so great is the fact of it only costs you $25 and you're not buying a lottery ticket every single day. You just set this and forget it. Huge shout out to Bitcoin Merch for sending us over this Bitcoin miner. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. We'll take a look at all the parts and pieces, discuss them, and then we'll set this up. So first off, we have the bitcoinmerch.com aluminum superspeed 7-port USB 3.0 hub. Is this necessary for the small Bitcoin miners? The answer is no, but it makes it significantly easier to manage. You can power those small Bitcoin miners off of a computer. You can plug them into other solo Bitcoin miners or into some type of wall outlet that has USB. So this is very much a convenience factor and not entirely required. Now, what else do we have in this box? Well, let's go ahead and take a look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total of the Nerd Miner 2s. And let's take a little bit closer look here. Open it up, little fancy case, got some padding, and here's exactly what we're playing with today. So this is that Nerd Miner 2 that we were talking about at the top of the video. This just pops off and plugs into the hub, and we'll take a look at that. There is a screen to display everything on it, and other than that, that's really it. Now the nice thing is everything is on here. So this actually has a wireless card built in with it, the full configuration on it, and each of these is entirely independent. So what we're going to do is, let me slide these out of the way. Let's open up our Bitcoin Merch hub. And let's talk a little bit more about that and how we're going to set this up. So this is the hub, and everything we need is on here. And the nice thing is I love toggle switches on everything. So I'm thrilled to see that they have them on this hub. Now this is specifically made by bitcoinmerch.com, and there's not much to it, just a USB 3.0 hub that has a power cable that runs into the wall. So this cleans everything up quite a bit, allows you to run everything on here, but each individual USB Bitcoin miner is solo and independent is how it works out. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get all 7 of these installed real quick. All right, so job's done, and you can see they all just fit on here perfectly, all 7 of them. They each have their individual screens that you can see on here, and they have a toggle switch to add power directly to the miner. So let's get this plugged in and get these set up, and hopefully earning me some Bitcoin. All right, we're plugged in and ready to go. I have put all of the switches in the off position, which is that O versus the line. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn on one at a time. And let's turn on the first one here. It says initializing. and use Wi-Fi for setup. So you actually are going to use your cell phone. You can actually see the one that's lit up right now. So we will have to set up each of these with our cell phone. So let me go ahead and grab my phone. All right, so first thing we're going to do is on our cell phone, go to our wireless connections and select Nerd Miner AP. We're then going to go ahead and add in the password of mine your coins. And we can go ahead and show that to make sure there's no mistakes. Capital M, capital Y, capital C. And we're going to hit connect. After it connects, it's going to give you a prompt most likely telling you that there is no internet. That's fine. We're connecting directly to the device. It's not connected to our home network yet. We'll go ahead and just do connect only this time. Next, we're going to open up our web browser. In your web browser, you're going to go to the IP address 192.168.4.1. We're going to click configure Wi-Fi. This is going to go ahead and bring up our configuration page where we can configure the wireless information to actually connect it to our home internet, as well as the pool and Bitcoin information. So first, we're going to start out with pool URL. We're going to leave it on public pool with the pool port. And for Bitcoin address, you're going to go ahead and paste in your Bitcoin address right there. All right, I have my Bitcoin address in. Go ahead and fill in your Wi-Fi information. After that is done, scroll to the bottom and click Save. All right, so taking a closer look after just a few minutes here, and you can see the screen is going by, giving us lots of great information. We can see right here the hash rate, which is about 70 to 75 kilohashes, as well as other information regarding difficulty and shares and mega hash and all that fun stuff. So this miner is up and running right now, solo mining on public pool. So give me a few minutes because I want to get all the rest of these set up. All right, so take a look. We have all 7 of our Nerd Miner V2 USB solo Bitcoin miners up and hashing. Pretty legit, huh? Looks pretty sweet. All of them have the blue light on them. As you can see on the screen here, it does go ahead and rotate through, giving you all the stats and information. However, what you don't know and what you don't see on these is like, hey, did I hit a Bitcoin block? Well, we're going to go over to the pool side and we'll take a closer look and take a look at the dashboard over there. However, if you've watched this far in the video, let's give away one of these Nerd Miner V2 minis from Bitcoin merch that you guys can see here. And well, how do you enter to win? Well, here's all you have to answer. Comment directly down below. If you hit a Bitcoin block, which is worth 3.125 Bitcoin, what would you do with it? Leave a comment down below. We'll go ahead and pick one winner in 2 weeks. So a few things I didn't like about the Bitcoin merch Nerd Miner V2. First off, number 1, once you set this up, you can't access it ever again. Now, they do have a tool that you can download and connect to it to wipe it, but I didn't have any luck with that. Second thing, there's a button directly on the back of this unit that traditionally, based off of my reading, was originally used to factory reset it. It's been disabled with the Bitcoin merch Nerd Miner V2. And finally, the third thing that I don't like about this unit is you're restricted to use publicpool.io. I can't use any other pool. Preferably, I was going to set it up on via BTC and solo mine over there, but you can't do it. So 3 things I want to make sure you know about that I do not like about this miner. So let's take a closer look to see how our 7 solo Bitcoin miners are doing. So go over to public-pool.io and we're going to put in our Bitcoin wallet address and click on My Workers. We're then going to come up with our individual dashboard here. This is for my Bitcoin wallet address. We're going to see all 7 of our workers working hard, as well as their hash rate. Now, the hash rate on the pool side will vary. So if you're used to seeing 70, 75 on the USB miner, you could see something like as low as 52 kilohash here. But look at this one, as high as 101. It will really vary from time to time. You will see your total hash rate down below here. As you can see, our blue line has increased pretty significantly as they came all up and running. Now, one of the questions you may ask is, how do I know when I hit a Bitcoin block? Well, in the upper left-hand corner, you have your best difficulty. And if you highlight over top of it, it says, if you find a solution with a difficulty higher than the network difficulty, you've found a block. So our number is only at 0.43, network difficulty is at 110.57. So we, of course, have not hit a block in the last hour that we've had this up and running. maybe we'll check back in a few months and see how we're doing. If you guys are interested in this unit, in this hardware, solo Bitcoin mining, which is a whole other venture, which I've started to really enjoy more and more, go over and check it out over on bitcoinmerch.com. I'll put a link directly down below. They have all sorts of these solo Bitcoin miners, everything from the Bitcoin Gamma to the Mars Lander to what we've seen and talked about here. Look at this. They even have USB drives, these USB miners with like the really big screens. That's pretty slick. Now, I did order a Bitcoin Hex solo miner. That's 3 terahash. This cool looking unit. I think it's going to look awesome on my back workbench there. Can't wait to get that. If you guys are looking for more beginner miners, come over to their site, go to beginner miners. They have all of the details listed out here, as well as their price points and more information. As we talked about, the lowest one on there is $25, which is absolutely amazing. The one that I have and we showed today in today's video is the Bitcoin Merch 7 Nerd Miner 2 USB Solo Bitcoin Miner Combo. That's what we saw today. If you guys do decide to get anything on their site, if you use the code Hobbyist, it'll save you a few bucks at checkout. All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up for today. So thrilled I was able to get all of our Bitcoin Merch Nerd Miner 2s up and hashing, soloing Bitcoin. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm so eager to get more and more into these. I have a few units coming that I'm excited for. We're going to get, we got these 7 up and running. I'm thinking about, because these are silent and like, they just get a tiny bit warm, that's it. I'm thinking about actually adding some of these and almost doing a shelf up top here with a whole bunch of these solo Bitcoin miners. I got to put some electrical in there, but that's not the end of the world. But I think that would be absolutely awesome. All right, guys, give me your feedback directly down below. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the 1 Nerd Miner that we are giving away in 2 weeks. And have a good one.